every few days. Tanya Morales must get out her ladder and get on her roof.
Oh, it's not so bad.
And sweep.
These oak trees will dump a ton of leaves.
All those leaves can lead to a leaky roof, allowing rainwater into her home.
I could do this much work probably every week. And if I don't, it just exasperates the problem. So I have to keep it cleaned off so that I know that the roof isn't cluttered and that I'm not letting water pool on an already weak point in the roof. Oh, it is kind of gross, huh?
But the damage is already done. After several hurricanes damaged her roof, she says during storms, rain would come right down into her kitchen and laundry room.
And then this was so scary. I didn't know what to do to keep the ceiling from caving in. So we just took a screwdriver, stabbed the ceiling, and then just the water just started pouring out into buckets and all into towels on the floor.
We talked with Morales early last year when she told us Citizens Property Insurance was denying a claim to fix her roof. And on top of that, Citizens, the state's insurer of last resort, was dropping her coverage. She's now covered by another carrier, but still, more than a year later, still waiting, now with the help of a public adjuster and an attorney, to get her Citizens claim paid out.
If Citizens was, supposed to be like the last choice, and now this other one, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous if there were to be another storm or another very significant damage, or I just don't know if the coverage is going to come through.
Because you're still waiting on...
I'm still waiting on this one, and we're coming up on 2 years, and at that 2-year mark, we're in another hurricane season.
Luckily, during hurricanes Helene and Milton last fall, Morales says a temporary fix to her roof kept most of the water out of her home. But she worries how long that temporary fix is going to hold up. And with all those large trees on her property, she worries about damage from future storms. Right now, all the sweeping, along with the temporary sealant in a few spots on her roof, are for the most part keeping rainwater from leaking down into her home. But with rainy season and eventually another hurricane season on the horizon, she worries it could only be a matter of time before her home sustains more damage.
A handful more storms, it's going to need at least another coat or a definite roof repair.
In Plant City, Jeff Allen, Spectrum News.
After any storm, there's the notion of what is and what was.
This was the kitchen.
And
here.
for Betty Queen,
The bathroom was there. A bedroom was here.
all of this is past tense.
Nothing we can do. It's God work.
You see, where Coley Avenue meets Dell Street in Stuart, Florida, you'll still find tattered flags, trees twisted, but you won't find the home Queens lived in for the last 39 years, raising children, grandchildren, and 17 great-grandchildren after the tornado.
Passing through, we heard something like a train going through. I had a big ficus tree sitting here, and the limb came through the front one, and then the other came through the kitchen one. I said, wow, what is this? My son right there threw me to the floor and said, Mama, get down, that's a tornado. So many pictures. Come on, Betty.
Pictures don't do it justice. And as she and her 4 adult children huddled, the tornado peeled off their roof, tossed their cars like toys.
I'm a praying woman. I protect myself with God.
Miraculously, no one here was injured, but only memories dashed in minutes.
So what were you able to keep of your house?
I kept what I had on. And my pictures, I started taking my pictures off the wall. My pictures.
In the end, Queen chose to demolish her home. And what happened here happened in countless other communities across the state of Florida, all in the same day. When we talk about the historic nature, though, of this outbreak of tornadoes spawned by Hurricane Milton, we talk about this, 46 tornadoes confirmed in the state of Florida. You see this map just lighting up here, provided by the National Weather Service out of Miami. 15 of those were in South Florida, and the team issuing those warnings was Sammy Hadi. You were on the ground afterwards.
Is that a hurricane is not simply just a single point. It's not the eye or the eye wall. It is hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the center. So in this case, the first tornado that was actually on the ground was in the early morning hours of October 9th. Hurricane Milton didn't even make landfall until the evening.
In the aftermath, help for Queen and her family came from every direction. Red Cross, Catholic Charities, FEMA funds for a motel stay, where the 74-year-old's lived since that day, but not where she intends to stay.
This is my land. I don't want to sell it. I want to rebuild and let the community know that I came back being real strong and faithful.
After all, she's a woman with conviction. It'll turn out in the end, or it's not over yet.
Everybody tell me, say, you are a brave woman. I said, thank you, because, I dedicate my life to God for good reason. All this material thing, you can always rebuild back, but you can't have another better job.
In Stuart, Florida, Julie Gargata, Spectrum News.